What? I'm gonna help you out. After tonight's game, you'll never forget my name again.
You talk good. But you know out here, there ain't no faking it. Nah, you got a cute story and all, man. But you're a long way from Vermont. You about to get exposed.
Yeah, talent's talent. So I'm not worried.
Maybe you should.
Maybe. Nah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. We have some great WCBL action coming your way with the Union Elite taking on Team Ballers. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. And guys, this one's going to be a fun one tonight.
And there's some new faces for both of these club teams. A lot of turnover for Team Ballers. And Union Elite has recently added a new face named MP.
And I'm curious about how all the newcomers blend in with the core players who have a bit more experience of playing together.
I mean, look, it's never easy fitting in as a new player. And for a guy like MP, it can be a challenge to find this spot on the team.
And the debut here for MP. Nobody knows too much about him other than he's from Vermont. Interesting to see how he fits into this team.
Starting tonight for Team Ballers, Cody Etherington is at the point. Jaden Moore is going to be their slashing shooting guard. Then Bertie and Rodriguez are filling in at the forward slots with Pasco patrolling the paint. And on the floor for the Union Elite, we have Lou Diaz and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions. Then it's Drake Bird and MP at the 3 and 4 with Brandon Harris down low at center. And with MP, I know several teams were interested in having him join their club.
Well, there isn't much tape to work off of for MP. He's truly a question mark on this roster, but the coaching staff thinks he's raw, and they must have seen something to take the risk with him. Impressive job of creating that kind of look.
Here's Bertie, and Bertie throws it down.
Nice vertical. Bertie showed his power on the slam.
Well, you look at Jaden Moore, and it doesn't take long to see why he's on the 2K U250. Great instincts at attacking the basket.
And he's not the biggest guard by any means, but he is incredibly slippery when getting at the D. He's very hard to stay in front of, and he's a surprisingly consistent finisher around the rim.
Now Etherington. Here's the 3. Bean with the rebound.
He's capable of hitting this shot, just not that time.
That one goes in for him too. He's making it look easy. Now 4 for 4. Etherington with it. Left side, Moore. Back to Etherington. The kick out to Bertie. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Rodriguez, left side. MP with the block. And guys, as we mentioned, MP recently breaking into that 2K U250 list.
And look, that might seem low, but to be anywhere on this list means you at least have some serious potential. Nobody's quite sure what development path MP is going to take, but there's a feeling that he has a high ceiling.
Now here's Moore. Back to Etherington. There's the triple. The shot's good on the assist by Moore.
A nice-looking 3 ball by the guard, Etherington. You can't afford to give this guy room to shoot.
Left side, it's Diaz. MP throws it down.
Showing off his explosive leaping ability.
Must be nice up there.
Oh, he's in rarefied air. I'd love to bottle that.
Here's Etherington. Moore outside. Good work defensively by Mitch Mitchell. And for many of these young men in club play, this is where they learn to solely focus on basketball as their sport.
Yeah, up until now, a lot of these guys played multiple sports. This is where they're starting to learn the nuance and the craft of the game. It's a great place to really hone your abilities.
Now here's Bertie. Pass to Pasco. No good. That would have tied it. Union Elite leading this one. With the step back. Here's Bean. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The D cannot forget about him like that. He will light you up.
Outside, Moore. The pick from Pasco. Out to the wing. No one near him. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. Now here's Bean. 12 points for him. Screen by MP. Here's Mitchell from deep. Again, MP missing. And here's Etherington. Now Rodriguez. Diaz covering. Etherington for three. MP grabs the miss. And in club league play here in the WCBL, these kids get such a wealth of minutes in such a short amount of time.
The games come fast and quick, and honestly, there's a lot to learn on the fly, but there's a ton of opportunity. And for some players, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Team Ballers trailing. Pass to Moore. Now Berti. Now Pasco. Guarded by Bean. The kick out to Moore. Back to Pasco. Over Bean. And again, no good by Team Ballers. Moore with the steal. Outside Berti. Moore. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Now here's Bean. He's guarded by Pasco. And that one's good. It's Bean. For a lot of club players, this is their first time learning a role other than being the star of their team.
For many of these guys, they were the best that their school had to offer. But in this league, the skill level and competition here is much higher. And look, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be the offensive star of their team. And that's so important for the development of these guys, to learn how to fill the role that's needed.
I'd like to paint a picture here because his shooting chart is beautiful. Lots of good shots all around the floor.
Team Ballers call timeout.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Here's Team Ballers now. It's a 9-point game. And now looking over at the bench for the Union Elite, Coach Weber is one of the more established coaches here in the WCBL.
It's true the coach can be a bit tough on his players at times, but he knows how to get the most of them. I know a lot of his former players really appreciate the approach he has.
Now here's Mitchell. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. And it's Harris slamming it home.
Oh, terrific job to go up and get that one. Nice hands. Harris with an ad.
Both teams making change here.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Now Etherington. Pass to Moore. They need this. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. Bean with the ball. 16 points for him. And MP throws it down. One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course you want to win the game, but win or lose at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well. So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
5 to shoot. Over to the wing. Here's Pasco. But he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get it off in time. It's been all Union Elite in this one. Pass to Bean. Here's Harris. Let's go with the three. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And it hasn't just been one facet that helps them build the lead. They've been terrific all around.
It has been a complete performance, and the effort level's been fantastic too. That's where his points need to come from. Realistically, I mean, Rodriguez has to be as effective as possible inside.
And here's MP on the outside. Does not score, only the 4th fail in 13 attempts. They just can't get anything going offensively.
And you can see the frustration mounting. They just don't know who to turn to for points.
Pass to Moore. Here's Berti. Puts up a 3. Bean with the rebound. Bird on the wing. From outside the arc. Fires in the triple.
Totally in control right there. Jake looking like another Bird right there.
Now here's Moore. Pass to Berti. Returns it to Moore. Clock at 6. And here's Rodriguez. Shoots the 3. Not gonna go that time. So as we conclude the first half of play, a fairly one-sided affair thus far. Union Elite on top, opening a huge gap. And we'll get you right back to the action on the other side of the break. You look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
A pleasant surprise with his offensive outburst in the first half.
When he's scoring like this, and I'm hungry, so don't fault me, it's gravy. I mean, I'll take that.
And something to note about MP, I heard he was training with Dion Benjamin to help prepare for this one.
And if you don't know about Dion Benjamin, he has a well-known open run. A lot of talent has come out of there. And to see MP working out with him, that's certainly a positive in the eyes of many scouts.
Team ballers with the rebounds. Here's Etherington. Rodriguez, right side. Moore. Berti from long range. Nails it from 3.
Oh, look at Berti sticking the three-point shot. Nice, crisp shooting motion.
Here's Bean. And the dunk by MP.
MP.
Hey, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
Totally, as he should be, removing all doubt.
On the wing, Berti. Here's Etherington. And Harris with the rejection. And he comes up with the deuce.
Number 47.
And Union Elite has possession. They led as much as 20. Bean inside. He's guarded by Pasco. Here's Bird. And again, Union Elite get the bucket.
Nice shot by Bird. Not every young player can hit the midi, because honestly, they don't practice it as much.
Moore outside. From outside, it's off the mark. Now here's Bean. Defense right there. Outside Diaz. Bird. The three-pointer goes.
And Bird knows he's got to drain the shot. When he's hitting from there, everything else seems to open up for him too.
Pass to Moore. Here's Berti from deep. Bean with the rebound.
As a player, you always want to be able to answer back, but he just didn't have it in him right there.
And yep, it's good.
And now we're seeing them find their groove on offense in this half.
They've been the much more efficient team, chugging along nicely right now.
Pass to Moore. Etherington on the wing. Berti. Now here's Moore. Now Rodriguez. Guarded by Bean. Here's Berti. No good. Unable to end this run. Bean with the ball. Rodriguez on him. Back to Bean. MP throws it down.
MP.
Lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay with an emphatic slam.
That's going to get his blood pumping. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when he gets revved up.
Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Now here's Berti. Bird defending. Berti with room to shoot. And Team Ballers miss again.
In a situation like that, you'd like to see him make the extra pass.
Yeah, Drake, it's just not a high percentage shot. It's hurting his team's cause right now.
Back to Bean. Launches a three. Rebounded by the Ballers. Well, what a show we've seen so far from MP. He's come out and put on a clinic. He looks head and shoulders above Moore right now.
Well, if there was any fans doubting the impact that MP can make, I doubt they're saying much right now. A great offensive showing from MP so far. He's been terrific.
Here's Summers. Diaz covering. Pass to Etherington. Rodriguez, the screen. With just 5 to shoot. Trying to get back on track. Good work defensively by Mitch Mitchell. Union Elite with the ball. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Bean. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Getting in close, always a great recipe offensively.
Kicks it to Summers. Here's Rodriguez. Guarded by Bean. Fades and shoots. That one off the back iron and out.
And they're desperate for a bucket.
They can totally feel it slipping away. Got to get a jump start for their offense.
And there's another one for the Union Elite.
Look at how quick he was to bite on that pump fake. He left his feet way too soon.
Kicks it to Summers. To the inside. A shot from Rodriguez is no good. To the middle. Bean, no good.
He makes a courageous attempt to get inside, but the defense forms a wall and he can't get past.
And here's Etherington, guarded by Mitchell. And it's stolen away by Robert. Fast break, here we go. Stolen by Etherington. The kick out to Berti. Kicks it to Summers. Etherington outside. Berti from long range. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. And it's stolen by Berti. Inside. Deflects the pass. Now here's Bean. He's covered closely. Kicks it to Mitchell. Back to Bean. Lets it fly. The shot's good on the assist by Mitchell.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
Etherington outside. Now Rodriguez. Their offense is stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Bean. Mitchell. Back to Bird. Down low. Bean inside. Rodriguez on him. Bean, no good.
Well, he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Etherington outside. Rodriguez. And again, no good by Team Ballers.
Things have really gone south for him here.
Yeah, he can't buy a bucket. Not easy to shake off a cold streak like this.
It's Bean up top. And it's blocked.
2 minutes.
Etherington, right side. Outside, Bertie. To the middle. Here's Mahil. Good D that time from MP. Pass to Robert. Out of bounds. It'll go to Team Ballers.
Just can't afford turnovers like that one.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Now Etherington. And here's Pasco. Moore outside. To the inside. Hits the front iron, and it goes in.
That's a good pass. Right where he needed it to execute and finish.
And so Union Elite has it here. Bean inside. Rodriguez covers.
2 points.
And that one,
MVP.
good. Now Etherington. Outside Bertie. Tries a three. MP grabs the miss.
These have been some terrible shot choices, guys. That was not a good look at all.
Outside Pagan. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple.
And this little run pretty much puts the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, these last few scores have helped shut the door. Great job to close out the game. Guys, he's playing big. I mean, we're watching it. Arnaldo Rodriguez taking flight.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock here. Here's Bean. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
Sweet feed. Call me old school, but teams don't hammer it inside enough anymore.
Pass to Pasco. Etherington. And here's more from the arc. The offensive rebound. And here's Bertie. Here's Moore. So no problem for Union Elite as they get the win.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one. This
Moore.
Ain't got nothing on him.
Yeah. Yo, I thought bro would be better after all that smoke he was blowing.
Nah, today, you were hooping. I'm impressed.
We running this circuit, no lie.
Where we going to celebrate?
My guy, this is your city. How am I supposed to know?
All right, I got a spot. You like it?
Hey, you got any girls pulling up?
Of course, bro.
I don't know. Y'all so straight-laced on this team, I ain't know if y'all talk to girls.
Quit being silly, bro. Look, meet me at the crib at about 8, and we'll go to the spot and meet up with the rest of the guys.
All right, I'm pulling up.
All right.